So we're going to be doing the last installment of big 3 in-depth review videos of my sleeping system. If you haven't checked it out already and you want to, click over there somewhere for my packing system review, and click right in this area as well for my review on my shelter system. But it's not what we're here for. We're here for sleeping. So this is your brain on drugs. No, this is actually my sleeping pad, the REI Flash Pad, that had 3 baffles delaminate on me somewhere in southern Oregon. And as you can see, it was kind of a pain. So it used to look like this all the way across, but in some hot weather, and talking with some other people, this seems to be a problem with this pad. In hotter weather, the pad, maybe laminates start to loosen or weaken a little bit, and if you get cooler weather shortly thereafter, they can pop a little bit easier. So that's what happened to mine. But it is what it is. I had to underinflate it. Obviously, if you were to try and sleep on this, you'd develop some serious back issues, but I underinflated it so it kind of equalized the pressure throughout the pad, and I was still able to sit on it. Other than that, before it delaminated, it worked out well. It was insulated enough to keep me warm in Washington and Oregon, provided more comfort than a closed cell foam pad would, and it was really thin and light. I mean, it didn't pack up very large at all. It's pretty small, and the weight of it was, I forget exactly what it is, but you can check out my blog or look it up yourself for that. I do like the fact it has a one-way valve to inflate. I don't know why everybody doesn't do this. The Thermarest pads with the little closure valve on it suck. I mean, I can't tell you how shitty those are. I really do like this one-way valve system, to where you can blow into it, take your breath away, catch your breath, make sure that it's good, and continue to blow. Works out really well. It also has a dump valve down here, which works well for deflating the entire thing. I do wish it didn't have as big of a lip. I mean, I get why it needs to have one, but every now and then this would catch on something like my pack that I had under my pad, and it would knock that open, and I'd have to blow the whole thing back up. But thankfully it doesn't take that long. Still holds air, which is cool, but I think I might throw this away later because it's garbage, really. It's of no real use to anyone. We'll get to that in a second. So after that happened, I had to sleep on that for a while, and around in Wairika, actually, I sent that home and got my Zlight sole. It used to be significantly more poofed up. The constant sleeping and sitting and everything on it really squishes and crushes the closed cell foam in here. Obviously, there's no way to inflate it back up, so it's kind of, once it's shot, it's shot. But it worked well for a sit pad. Just being able to put this down, sit on it, lean my back up against a pylon or a tree or something like that. I mentioned in my gear overview video that I saw people with this who also had a sit pad. I have no idea why you do that unless you just like carrying extra crap, because this worked fine as a sit pad and a sleeping pad. I always kept it on the top of my pack to kind of cover everything, but also make sure I had it for quick and easy access. Yeah, it was long enough for me. I'm 6'6", so it's only, or just under 6'6", so the regular size is 6 foot, which isn't too bad, especially since my feet were up on my pad anyways. I didn't really need a lot of cushion down there. But it was really nice. You can switch it to where you have the reflective stuff on one side or just the normal side, depending on if you need extra insulation or not. And then sometimes at night, if I was really sore or just wanted extra cushioning, I would fold it up a little differently, so you get 3 folds or 3 sections of foam to each fold, and it ends up being about the length of a torso pad, and you get a lot of extra cushion once all of this starts to compress past what it can do. So that worked out really well for me. These things suck as far as comfortability goes. I am kind of a side sleeper. I've had hip surgery, and so like rolling over on my side just kind of these, you go right through. You're not going to be comfortable on this, but at the end of the day, you're so tired, you know, after hiking 30 miles or so, you just, you know, pass out and don't wake up until the next morning. So not super comfortable, definitely not as comfortable as that, but it works well for being light, multi-use, and just kind of compact, I guess, but it was okay. Okay. REI Flash sleeping bag. It's 29 degree rated. It's an awesome bag. I really like this bag. It's really lightweight, under 2 pounds. I think it's like a pound, 12 ounces or something like that. Let's see if I can't put it over here so we can take a better look at it. These little guys. So this bag on top has 700 fill water resistant duck down all along here. So that helps with the lightness, the packability of it, and its temperature rating as well. These black panels are waterproof breathable fabric that basically helps make sure that if you're touching the side of your tent or the bottom of your tent or the head of your tent, that contact condensation isn't going to be leaching into your fill and your bag and causing you to be damp or cold or anything like that. So that's a really cool feature with this bag. The bottom of it is Primaloft Sport, so but it feels really thin. Like if you get this bag, you'll notice it doesn't feel like there's much in here, and there's really not, because you're going to be on an insulated pad anyway. Just the fact of you laying down on it every night is going to compress it and kind of render any loftier fill relatively useless anyway, and that's why it really doesn't have that much for the weight savings, the cost savings of not having to fill it up all the way. The draw cord has another cool feature. It's 2 different materials, so you have stretchy like shot cord on one side and just nylon webbing on the other. That way you can know, you know, when you're doing your shot cord, you're doing the top of the bag mummy shape, and when you're doing the nylon, pulling your nylon, it's along the bottom. So that's actually a really cool bi compression feature. So if you only want the bottom tucked up around your chin, you can do that. Only want the top tucked down around your forehead, you can do that as well. Biggest complaint with this bag is going to be the fact that it has no pocket on the inside. If your bag is rated to under freezing, you're expecting people to use it below freezing. If those people have a filter or batteries or anything like that, that needs to be protected from freezing temperatures. So just give me a pocket here, give me a pocket here, give me something, so I don't have to just like tuck it in my pillow and awkwardly sleep on my filter. Nobody wants to do that. That sucks. Anyway, some bags do have it. This one didn't, but it is what it is. It's a little bit of extra weight with the zipper and everything, or Velcro closure, but what's, 3 grams when I don't have to sleep on my actual water filter. Anyway, tangents, sorry. I never had really any issues with the zipper snagging. This nylon in here really helps keep that from crossing over and catching on this fabric, so that worked out pretty well. The other thing that is just kind of inherent with all these bags is that you'll probably need to wash it. We only washed ours once. I mean, once or twice really is going to be when you want to wash your bag, because these things are gross. Like just touching this, I can feel like a nice layer of crap on my hand, and I've washed this at least twice since I've been back from the trail. I haven't used it yet again since, but the bags will lose their loft. The actual feathers and down clumps and stuff like that will absorb your sweat and your moisture. Oh, hey Finn. Hey buddy. And stick together and actually just kind of not loft up, and you lose a lot of that insulation that you had because all of this sweaty and oozy crap is now gunked up your down or your Primaloft. So washing it with a non-detergent soap like Nikwax's Tech Wash, or that's more for the waterproof breathable stuff, but they also make synthetic and down wash and Occasionally, like on the trail, we use Zlight, just a real gentle fabric soap, but the bags need care, and especially if you're doing a long distance hike where you're going to be gone for months at a time, you'll definitely need to wash it and get that kind of loft reinvigorated so it can continue to keep you warm at the advertised temperature. But other than that, I really liked my sleep system. Definitely going to get a new pad. It probably won't have the baffle structure. Sea to Summit makes some that are kind of spot welded all across, and it distributes the weight a little bit better, I think. So I'm going to try out one of those next. That guy's just there until it totally craps out. And then I still use the Flash for, you know, normal temperatures anywhere from low 40s to upper 20s. This guy's going to work well for me, and I'll keep using it until it totally deteriorates. So good choices for me. You can definitely go lighter with that. Most people use the Zlight sole though. I'd be impressed if you go through a thru hike without ever touching one. But yeah, that kind of pretty much wraps it up for the sleeping system. Finn's getting tired. I'm sure you're getting tired of listening to me talk about this stuff. But if you haven't watched the other ones and you want to listen to me drone on, again, packing system, shelter system, link to my blog in the description down below. And yeah, you'll have a little bit more in-depth analysis that way too. But hopefully this was enough to just kind of cover in a little bit more detailed sense exactly what I was using here. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. So drop me a comment with what you think. What sleeping bag do you like? What pads do you like? Have you ever had anything delaminate on you on the middle of a trail? And if you have any questions for me, always, again, feel free to leave me a comment or shoot me an email at my email, which is on the About Me section of my blog. So anyway, see y'all next time. Finn says bye. Bye, Finn.